Hello and welcome back to the Bogey Lounge. I'm your host, Zach Burke, and we have a lot to get to. First, I want to apologize for missing the last couple weeks. I was moving. I actually had to move twice because there was about a week gap in my leases between apartments. So I moved out of my apartment into a family member's home for a week, and then had to move into my apartment a week after. So both weekends I was moving. I didn't get to watch much of the golf those weekends, unfortunately, but still going to cover multiple tournaments. We're going to cover the Valspar Championship, the Texas Children's Houston Open, and the Valreo Texas Open, as well as some Korn Ferry Tour events, LIV Tour events, a little LPGA Tour. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything. A lot happened, so we have a lot to cover. But with that being said, let's get into it. So, starting out 3 weeks ago, we had the Valspar Championships, which was won by Matt Fitzpatrick. After a second place finish at the Players Championship, Matt birdied 18 to win by one shot. Some notable finishes in that tournament as well were Jordan Spieth, who finished third, and Xander Schauffele, who finished tied fourth. Two big names who will be looking to compete, and former major winners as well, who are going to be looking to compete in the major championships this year, especially the Masters. And then at the Texas Children's Open, that was won by Gary Woodland, and I believe that was his first win since he won the Open or the U.S. Open. Let's check that out. I forget. Let's see. Yeah, that was his first win since he won the U.S. Open in 2019. So another one of those golfers who hadn't won for a while and finally able to get something going. So it's always great when someone who has been a winner, and especially been a major champion winner, finally see the top of the podium on the leaderboard for any tournament, whether it's a major or not. It's tough to win on the PGA Tour, and when you have one and you have that pressure to continue to win, it can be daunting on you mentally. So getting another win is great for him, and great for him moving forward as well. Another notable finish in that tournament, Nicola Hojgaard came in second. We've talked about the Hojgaard brothers multiple times on this podcast. I've picked them to finish in my top three. I think I picked both of them to finish in my top three before. So good to see them playing well. They've both been playing pretty decent this year. Nothing super spectacular, but that obviously second place finish for Nicola, that is great. Chris Gotterup, who, if you know, who's also on my fantasy golf team, finished third there. He had his third top 10 finish of the year. People are really high on him to perform well in the Masters. I know some analytics say he can't win because of previous Masters, or say it would be harder to win because of previous Masters finishing places, positions, etc. But he's someone who's playing well this year. Already has 2 wins on the tour, and someone who keep an eye out for this week for the Masters as well. And then lastly in that tournament, someone to note for as well, and we're going to talk about him in the Valreo Texas Open as well. But Sardashon Yelamaraju, I think I pronounced his name correct. But he was a Korn Ferry Tour guy last year. He finished 6th in the Texas Houston Open, and that at the time was his 4th top 25 finish in 8 starts. So, that's a guy who just got on the tour and is going to be looking to maintain his spot on the tour. Obviously playing great this year. Not going to go crazy and say he's going to win the Masters or could win a major this year, but he's someone to keep an eye out to win a tournament this year for sure. He's playing spectacular. He's definitely has a tough name to pronounce, but he's someone who if you're watching golf, you're probably going to start hearing his name more and more on the leaderboards, whether it's in these smaller tournaments like the Texas Children's Open, or I think now he is eligible to play in the signature events. So keep an eye out for Sardashon. Then in the Valreo Texas Open, JJ Spawn got the 3rd win of his career and his 2nd win at the Texas Open. So his 3 wins are the Open Championship last year and 2 wins at the Texas Open. So clearly he likes playing over there in Texas a little bit. But Robbie McIntyre had a chance to win going into the last hole. He needed the par 5 18th, and he was unsuccessful. He actually hit a drive in the middle of the fairway and then basically shanked his second shot behind a, what would you call it? Stands, bleacher, stands basically, where the patrons sit. And he got a relief to have line of sight to the hole, left it about 40 feet short or so of the hole, just missed carrying it to the second tier of the green by about a couple yards. And then he left that putt for birdie short and ended up coming in second place, a tie for second place with Michael Kim and Matt Wallace as well. Some notable finishes there to look out for in the Masters, and who are playing well now, so to look out for them in the Masters. Tommy Fleetwood, Siwoo Kim, and Ludwig Aberg were all in the top 10. Now, these are all guys who are high on the odds for the Masters. Actually, we'll take a look right here and see where they're at. But I believe they are all pretty high up in the odds. Let's see. Sort it by... Who did I just say? See, where's Tommy? Tommy is plus 2,200. Aberg is plus 1,700. And Bobby McIntyre, who we just spoke of, is plus 3,000. And then Siwoo. And Siwoo is plus 5,000. All these guys are top 20 odds favorites to win. Chris Gotterup also right behind Siwoo in there. So, again, names that are Nikola Hogarg, who we just talked about as well, up there. These are all top 25, odds favors for the most part, or somewhere in around there, top 25. They're not numbered, but somewhere around there. So, names to keep an eye out for this week at Augusta, for sure. And then Sardashan Yelamajaru, it was Yelamarju, finished tied 14th for his fifth top 25 finish in 9 starts now, and it was 3 top 25 finishes in a row for him. He's not playing in the Masters. He was not invited. One of the invitation qualifications is top 60 or top 50 in the overall world golf rankings, and he's still sitting outside the top 100, but he's sitting at 27th in the FedEx Cup point standings. So he clearly is playing well this year, with this being his first year full-time on the PGA Tour. I think he maybe played in one tournament before that. He doesn't have a lot of quality world golf ranking points, but clearly moving up the leaderboard. I don't know where he was at to start the year, but he has definitely climbed the world golf rankings. And again, it will be a name to look out for this year. Could be someone who's going to be playing in the FedEx Cup and maybe even the last weekend of the FedEx Cup as well. Now, moving on to the Korn Ferry Tour, we had 2 tournaments since we last spoke. The Car Club Championship, which was won by Davis Lamb. Davis Lamb is now sitting 4th in Korn Ferry Tour points. He'll be looking to finish in, I believe, what is the top 10 or something like that, get their tour cars. I think it's top 10. So, someone who could make the jump like Sardashan did. And then notably in that tournament here, 18-year-old Blades Brown, who we've spoke of before, finished 3rd. And then another person who I've been trying to follow on the Korn Ferry Tour too. Now, I keep in mind, I don't have time to watch all the Korn Ferry Tour tournaments. I don't know everyone on the Korn Ferry Tour. I know a few names. This is another name that I know. 17-year-old Miles Russell finished tied 15th. So 2 kids who should be in high school are finishing in the top 15 and together both in what is essentially a field of some of the best golfers in the world. I don't know how it compares overall to the DP World Tour, but arguably the Korn Ferry World Tour is the second best tour in the world, and these guys are teenagers in high school finishing in top 15. Blades Brown 3rd. Blades Brown's had a couple top 10 finishes this year, but Blades Brown's also seems to be someone who, like in the next tournament, Blades Brown missed the cut. He seems to be someone who is either hot or he's not. But if you're 18, that's something that confidence could be an issue, and comfortability could be an issue. I'm not very sure what he's missing, but he's someone who's been close to winning. I don't think he's won yet on the Korn Ferry Tour, but he's a name to keep out for as a Korn Ferry Tour winner and potentially maybe even throw his name into a PGA Tour winner. I mean, he was the 54-hole leader at the Phoenix Open. No, that's not right. American Express. I think the American Express, whichever tournament Scotty won this year. And so he's someone to keep an eye out for the future, and Miles Russell as well, someone to keep an eye out for the future. Those could be the future names of golf. Both are so young. Obviously, foregoing college, you could argue maybe if they were, they're not playing in the Masters this week, but you could argue maybe if they were and still amateurs, that they could be playing in the Masters this week because they could have qualified as an amateur. They could have won the US Amp, both of them. But obviously they are chose to go pro, and good for them. I mean, they're making money. I wonder if we could pull up and see what their earnings are, because I couldn't even imagine being 17 years old and being a professional golfer and making money on the golf course like this. Okay, let's see. This is not Korn Ferry Tour. Do you not make money on the Korn Ferry Tour? It says 0 earnings. That can't be right. You have to make money on the Korn Ferry Tour. Yeah, because Blades Brown has $221,000 in earnings on the Korn Ferry Tour and $510,000 in earnings on the PGA Tour. So he's 18 years old and he's almost made $1 million playing professional golf. And then Miles Russell, let's just double check that. Maybe I did something wrong. Yeah, it says 0, but he's made 3 cuts. So I don't know. Maybe the purses don't extend out to just people who make the cuts for some of these tournaments. But again, even if he hasn't made $1 in earnings, he's making dollars from sponsorship exemptions, which is just crazy. I mean, he's 17 years old. He should be golfing in high school right now, and he's playing on the Korn Ferry Tour. But then the Lakecom Suncoast Classic, Miles Russell did make the cut there. Blades Brown did not, but that was won by Jeremy Gandon. And he is now 3rd on the Korn Ferry Tour points, as he will also be looking to try to claim a spot on the PGA Tour like Davis Lamb and try to do something like Sardashon. And then moving over to the Champions Tour. Here, we had the Cologuard Classic, which Zach Johnson finished 3rd in. Zach Johnson won his first eligible event for the Champions Tour, which you just have to be over 50, and he was not able to win 2 in a row like Phil did. I think Phil won 3 of his first 4, but he did finish 3rd here, and then went on next week to finish 2nd. So he has I believe a first place, a tied 3, and a 2nd place in the Champions Tour, and he will be playing at the Masters this week. And could be someone to keep an eye out for to see how he'll do. His odds to make the cut right now is -125, so a better 50% chance to make the cut. He's playing well. Not to say that same level of competition as the PGA Tour, but he's won the Masters before in 2007, and this is kind of what Phil did when he came back and won a major. I believe he won I forget, did he win the PGA? I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but it's basically what Phil did, was playing really great on the senior tour and then won another major championship. So obviously Zach Johnson not as high of a greatness level golfer as Phil. Phil is much higher on the all-time greats list than Zach Johnson, but anything's possible. I mean, 50-year-olds have won golf tournaments before. With Phil Mickelson, he was the oldest, so Zach Johnson maybe looking up there to join as an oldest major winner this year. I don't know what other PGA or major events he'll be able to play in, but he's definitely able to play in the Masters since he won it before. So, and then that Hogag Classic there, where Zach Johnson finished 2nd, Stuart Sink won that event. And then we don't talk about it too much, but the LPGA Tour, Nelly Korda is a name that I like to follow on the LPGA Tour. She won the gold medal in the Olympics when Scotty won, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure she did. And she has now 2 second place finishes back to back on the LPGA Tour, and she'll be looking to add another major to her major championship titles in the Chevron Championship later this month. Now, in the LIV Golf, we have two interesting names who are the biggest names in LIV Golf to really keep an eye out for the Masters. Bryson DeChambeau has now won back-to-back events in LIV Golf, and he played well in the Masters last year. He was in the final pairing? He was maybe the 36-hole leader last year. I'm trying to remember, but he was up there in the leaderboards. It looked like it. Yeah, I think he was He was maybe the 54-hole leader. Maybe he wasn't, but he was in the final pairing with Rory. This was a big thing. Rory didn't want to talk to him, which, some people give Rory, don't like Rory for that. But you're trying to win a major. You're trying to win a major. Some people some people are different. They don't talk. Some people want to talk. I like talking on the golf course. Some people I played with didn't want to talk, so I just respected that. But Bryson, name to watch out for this week here in the Masters, as well as Jon Rahm, who finished second for the third time. He's played in 5 events. You will hear it later because Andy and I recorded, Andy recorded first, but Jon Rahm's played in 5 LIV Golf tournaments, and he's finished top 5 in all of them, and winning 1, 3rd twice, and 5th place. So he's playing well this year. He has a chance to win. He's already won the Masters before, so he's definitely a name to watch this week, and really, I think he's second in the odds. Could be someone who really has a really good shot of winning the Masters this week. Then on the DP World Tour, we were following Patrick Reed for a little bit, who also won the 2018 Masters, and he was playing hot. He won 2 times on the DP World Tour. He has not played since our last podcast. He didn't play in, I think there was 2 DP World Tour events between then. He didn't play in either of those, but he will be playing in Augusta this week, and that would be a name to watch out for. And then speaking of former Masters champions, Tiger Woods, during this 2-week period, was unfortunately involved in a rollover car crash. He will not be attending the Masters. Tiger is probably my favorite golfer of all time. The 2019 Masters that he won that's probably my favorite Masters, if not last year with Rory winning, because I'm a big Rory McIlroy fan as well. But he was teasing if he was going to play or not. It's one of the only golf tournaments that Tiger really plays in anymore when he plays, because it's one of the only ones he actually is exempt for almost every tournament if he wants to. But I love when Tiger plays. When Tiger plays, you're locked in. You're watching as much Tiger as you can, because you never know how much more he was going to play or how much more he's going to play. And I was really looking forward to hopefully him playing in the Masters this year. But unfortunately, that will not be happening. He did blow 0-0 in his breathalyzer test, but it appears there was some, whether they were medicinal or not, there was some drugs involved, and he has announced that he will be going to rehab. So hopefully he can get that figured out, and hopefully he can, come back better and stronger than ever, and maybe you could see something with Tiger winning another major. I think Tiger is younger than Phil. Yeah, Tiger is younger than Phil was when he won his last major right now. So, it's still on the table. He played in his TGL the week before this. So he was starting to play again. And, hopefully that could be something that's sorted out, before next Masters. And maybe we see something magical happen again next year with Tiger. That would be spectacular. And then now with all the golf that we covered that happened, I want to move on to the Masters this week, which is the first major of the year. If you're following the Fantasy Golf League, we did count the players as a major, but it is not a major championship. But I wanted to go into the Masters traditions because, they say Masters is a tradition like no other, and it really is. If you don't watch golf and you're looking to watch a golf tournament, this is the one to watch. It is the most beautiful golf course. It's visually stunning on the TV. I don't know if I hear things. I don't know if they're all true, but supposedly they cut the grass with scissors on the edges to make sure they look fine, and it's such a visually stunning course, from the azalea flowers to the multiple cuts of the grass to the bunkers that are just pure white because they're actually not sand, it's quartz from a quartz mine, and it's just the most beautiful course. on TV from a nature. Obviously, Pebble Beach is really pretty, but it just is visually stunning, and it's these traditions that I'm about to go through too are another reason that makes it such a good and great golf tournament. But before I get to those, I'd want to start with the first tradition, which I believe is happening tonight or just happened tonight when on the day of recording. Today's Tuesday of recording. This will come out Thursday morning. But one of the things that they do is a champions dinner. The champions from the last year host a dinner with a menu, and they pick the menu, and it's with the other champions and some of the members at Augusta. And I wanted to go over Rory's menu because it's spectacular. Looking at it, even Zach 5 years ago would be like, this looks terrible. But mature Zach is looking at this menu and wants to try all of this. But he has 4 appetizers: a peach and ricotta flatbread with balsamic, hot honey, and basil, a rock shrimp tempura with creamy spicy sauce, bacon wrapped dates with goat cheese and almonds. And then this one I really would love to try: grilled elk sliders with caramelized onion jam and roasted garlic aioli. I mean, those are probably just spectacular. I honestly, all of that sounds good. Bacon wrapped dates, rock shrimp tempura, the flatbread, all sounds great. And then he goes into a first course, which is a yellowfin tuna carpaccio, I believe is how it's pronounced, with foie gras, toasted baguette, and chives. I'm not sure how high I'd be on that. I don't know if I like chives, but would still definitely give it a try. And then he has a main course with a choice of Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon. And it is a traditional Irish champ with sauteed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots with brown butter, and crispy Valadilla onion rings. Then his dessert is a sticky tofu pudding with warm vanilla ice cream and warm tofu sauce. And then on top of that, he is serving alcohol. I'm not even going to try to pronounce these bottles of wine that he has here, but he has a champagne, he has a Burgundy, he has a Bordeaux, or 2 Bordeaux. And I saw something that they're all like $2,000 bottles of wine. So would be a great dinner to be a part of. Definitely out of my price range, but I would love to try a lot of those. And my fiance and I, Tasha, were even talking about maybe we should try to make some of them because I don't know where we're going to get elk, but it sounds spectacular, and I would love to try some of these. Now, another tradition that they have is the par 3 contest, which is done tomorrow, Wednesday. One weird thing is no one who has won the par 3 contest has ever won the Masters that year. Notably, Tony Finau dislocated his ankle celebrating a hole at 1 and then went on to make the cut. I think finished like top 5 too that year. But no one who has ever won the par 3 contest has won the Masters, so kind of a curse. But there's always hole-in-ones, and people will say it's not, if there's going to be a hole-in-one, it's how many. You know, kids, players have their kids caddy, their wives caddy. Sometimes they have their kids putt or hit tee shots. It's just for fun. It's just an experience, and it's one of those special things. It just really ties in Augusta National and the Masters tournament and making it such a great course. And then even on to the honorary starters. There are honorary starters for the Masters tournament. So the first tee will be Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, and Tom Watson, all multi-time Master winners. I think they're all multi-time. Yeah, they should be. And they will tee off on the first hole and play the first hole. And Tom Watson replaced Arnold Palmer when Arnold Palmer passed away. And it's a tradition that's just great. In 20 years, it'll probably be Phil Tiger and someone else, teeing off as the honorary starters. And it just really ties into history. Obviously, Jack, I think, has 5 green jackets. Gary has, let's just look it up, actually. Jack has 6 green jackets. I was wrong. I think Tom Watson has 2. Tom Watson does have 2. We're just going to guess that Gary has 3. That sounds right. And by the way, Gary Player is 90 years old. Gary Player does have 3. So that is 5. That's 11 major champions or Masters championships between them all. Let's see here. Gary has 9 major championships. Tom has 8 major championships. And Jack has 18 or something. 18. So, what did I say? 9, 8, 18, 17, 35 major championships between those three. I mean, just absolutely insane. I mean, it was Arnold Palmer instead of Tom Watson, it was probably even more. Yeah, Arnold Palmer has 4. No, he had 7 major championships, but 4 Masters. So, I mean, of the total majors championships and Masters wins, I don't think that number will probably only ever go down. I don't know who it would be after them besides Tiger and Phil. Next names that come to my mind is maybe like a Bubba who won 2, or actually it'll probably end up being Scotty at this point who's won 2, but maybe even a Rory. Who knows? But that's something that is a tradition that will always continue, hopefully, and it's really cool to see, especially Gary Player being 90 years old. That's insane. And he's probably going to hit the farthest drive of all of them, too. And Tom Watson's only like 70. But then finally, one of the biggest traditions, obviously, is the Masters winner gets a green jacket. And they get to wear that jacket or keep that jacket in their closet for a full year. And after that year, it goes to their locker room or their locker in the clubhouse in the champions locker room. But now for the viewing experience, another thing that makes it awesome to watch is that you are not allowed to have phones at Augusta during the Masters tournament. So no one is on their phones. In fact, they have pay phones for you to contact people. There's no digital cameras. So when you are watching, like when Rory won last year on the 19th hole of the day in the playoff, everyone is locked in watching. No one is sitting on their phones, watching through their phones. Everyone is engaged in watching the golf. There's no distractions, no nothing. Just golf. And it really makes the viewing, I've never been in person, but I'm sure in person better, but just from a TV standpoint too, it's just so unique nowadays that everyone's always on their phones. It just makes such a big difference, and it almost makes you more immersed as a viewer on TV as well. And then they use chairs to save their spots, and no one runs to their chairs. It's very professional. They keep their chairs where they are. Another great tradition here is how cheap the food is. Pinto and cheese, $1.50. Pork barbecue slider or burger or pork barbecue sandwich, $3. It's a little grainy, but all the food under $3. All the breakfasts under $3. I mean, you can get a blueberry muffin for $1.50. You can get a fresh brewed coffee for $2. You can get a chicken biscuit for $2. A breakfast sandwich for $3. Beverages, bottled water, $2. Soft drink, $2. This doesn't show the beer price because there's a word on it, but it's like $5. Wine, $6. Like, it's the most affordable thing because Augusta doesn't care about making money. They just do not care at all. And because of that, the broadcasters don't even say any sponsors. We're going to get into that in a second too. But another cool thing about Augusta is every hole has a name. Obviously, there's Amen Corner as well, 11, 12, and 13. I don't know all the names of all the holes, but every single hole has a unique name. And then Amen Corner is one of the most challenging portions of the golf course, and it's 11, 12, and 13, and a lot changes in that. Every Sunday, a lot will change in that portion of the golf course, and that's really where the leaderboard starts to shake up. I mean, when Tiger won until 12, he was on a list with, he was on top of the leaderboard, not on top, but he was in the mix with a lot of great names, and it all changed during Amen Corner, especially the 12th hole. But into some of the things that broadcasters can't say, because again, they're traditions, and they have the Masters at Augusta, and the Masters have these traditions, and they also adds to the viewing. But here's some phrases broadcasters can't say. They don't say fans. Instead, they say patrons. It's more professional. They don't say rough. They say second cut. They don't say sand trap. It's bunkers. And then I already mentioned it, but the bunkers are made from quartz, and that's why they're so white. They don't say back nine. It's the second nine. And then the old saying is the Masters doesn't start until the second nine on Sunday, which we're just kind of talking about with Amen Corner. They don't say driving range. It's tournament practice area. They don't say country club or golf course. It's Augusta National Golf Club. They don't say twosome. It's a pairing. And then they don't say fourth round. It's final round. And then we mentioned it already, but there's no sponsors. Well, there's sponsors, but there's no branding at all. So you're not going to see brought to you by Verizon or etc. It's not going to be mentioned on the broadcast. So it's the only sports tournament, the only sporting event without sponsors being name dropped. So again, from a viewing perspective, from reviewers, it's just so remarkable. It's such a tradition. It takes you back in time almost to where it's just golf. There's no worry about the sponsors. There's no worry about anything. There's no one looking at their phones. It is just about golf. It's the most prestigious, probably the most prestigious major. If you were to ask anyone if they could win one major, it'll always be the Masters. If you win the Masters, you can play. You're exempt for forever. So that's another reason as well. But it's remarkable. If you've never watched the Masters, I know some of my friends who are listening to this podcast and in the Fantasy Golf League aren't big golf watchers. This is the tournament to watch. If you don't watch the tournament this year, or if you're just following on leaderboards and not watching too much, I'd tune in for this weekend. You just have to. Hopefully it's remarkable like last year was, and hopefully it's exciting. But even if it's not, it's such a special tournament. I look forward to it every year. It always falls March Madness, which is great. Speaking of March Madness, my Michigan Wolverines won the national championship, so great weekend there. Hopefully we have another great weekend with an exciting Masters. With that being said, we're going to get on to our guest, who is my good friend, Andy Faith. So we're going to welcome my good friend, Andy Faith. I've known Andy probably for, probably almost 15 years now.
Yeah,
Right?
it's got to be close to that.
Was just at his wedding recently, newly married. And we were just at another one of our buddies' weddings 2 weekends ago, or was it 2 weekends ago now? So a lot
Yeah,
of, lot
two
of
weeks
our
ago.
friends getting married. A lot of drinking and fun with Andy lately. Um, but Andy's going to join us here for, I'm not even sure what episode we're on now, but Andy was supposed to be the first guest, had a little issue with scheduling conflict, but now he is finally here. Probably the best weekend to be here, the week before the Masters. So
Crazy week.
exciting. Yep. Uh, I know it's been warm. Have you got the golf yet this year?
You're gonna hate my answer here. I have not gotten to golf yet. I've been to the range. I have not been on the course.
Well, I've only golfed once, so and it's only because I was in
Okay.
Florida. I know
You
Luke and
you
Corey
know
golfed one day when it was warm, but
yeah. There's a course called Thornhill, I think. Is that the course that's like been shut down and it's they went bankrupt, I
hmm,
think.
I don't even
And
know
so
what
you
that
can
course.
just show up to the course and you can walk.
Hmm. I actually do not know where that course is. Where's that course at?
I think it's in like Ypsilanti or Belleville, somewhere over
Oh,
there.
really? That's shocking.
Yeah,
I've
my
never heard
grandpa
of it.
just played it. He said it's free. All you gotta do is
It's
walk.
free?
Yeah, you just show
Jeez.
up.
That's a long drive, though, but
Yeah.
is it maintained well?
No, it's beat up. He said he was putting on dirt.
Well, golf's golf, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, outside of free golf courses, do you have a favorite golf course of all time? I know you were a caddy for a little bit at a country club. I know we went out and played on Sunset one day. We left high school and rushed over there to get there before sunset. Um,
Yeah. We definitely got our how many holes did we get in? We
we
get
got all
9
nine
holes
in,
in?
yeah.
Yeah.
The sun was like
It's
set by the
funny.
ninth hole, but
Yeah. You can't lose your ball when it gets too late out. Um No, that's probably my favorite course that I've ever played. It's just top notch. That's funny because I was so ready to talk about that day when we were golfing together. That is my favorite course. I haven't been able to play it pretty much since then. So, there's a course out in Howell. Brianna and I used to golf it a lot. Is that Shaman?
oh, I hate Shamong.
You hate Shaman?
Oh
I
boy.
love the first hole. the first hole of both nines, you're super high elevated. I love hitting from an
I
elevated
can't
tee
remember the
box.
first hole very much, but for reference, we were talking about Walnut Creek Country Club earlier, and they have 3 nines. For anyone who doesn't know, Andy was a caddy at Walnut Creek. But Shamong Hills actually came
Beautiful
up on
course.
my last podcast with my college golf buddies because Cleary hosted a tournament there every year, and I hated that course so
Really?
much. I don't think I ever played well there. It's a short course, but it's all tree lined. And I remember hitting iron off a lot of tees trying to keep it in the fairway. I could just never find a way to keep it in the fairway. And then I would be like, oh, yeah, I could punch it around this tree. Couldn't hit the
You
ball in the
can't.
fairway, but I can hit the ball through this 3 foot gap. Never could, obviously. So I hated that course so much.
There's a par three on that course. It might even be like the second hole, but actually it might be the 10th hole, 11th hole, whatever. But it's a par three, and you can't see the green at all.
Dude,
It's
I'm about
there's
to
a
go play
hill
that
that
course
goes
again. I don't
over
even
it.
remember that course out. The only hole I remember is the ninth hole and the 18th hole, I think. Because 18th hole
Yeah,
goes into the clubhouse, and the
the
ninth
18th goes right into
hole.
the
No,
fence.
maybe I only remember the 18th hole. The driving range is to the right of it. Yeah, maybe I only remember the 18th
Yeah,
hole.
that's the 18th.
Yeah, I know there was a short par four on that back nine that was drivable that people would try to go for.
I would go for yeah.
Um,
It kind of plays into a hill a little bit, but
yep,
yeah, I'd go for it.
yeah, and then yeah, I should go play that course again. But there's a course out there. I know you just moved too,
Yeah,
but there's a course out there that goes. I can't remember the name. My dad took our family there one time, but you play around a lake pond. I don't really know if you can classify it as a lake. I mean, it's a lake technically, but it's not that big. And if you only play nine, you have to take a boat back to the clubhouse. They have a boat that picks you up and then takes you and your clubs back to the clubhouse. And
that is
if you were to go
awesome.
off on 10, you take a boat out there to go off on 10.
I haven't played that course. I'll have to look at that one.
Yeah, I'll have to try to figure it out for you so I can send it to you. But it's pretty unique in that aspect of if you play all 18, it's like a regular golf course. But if you play nine, it's pretty cool because you randomly just take a boat back. But
Staying on topic, I can't believe I didn't even think about this. I we used to when I was living in Georgia, we used to play this course
Augusta
called
National.
Stone Creek. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, no, I don't remember if it was Stone Creek or Stony Creek, but it's in Valdosta, and man, that course not a perfect course, but we used to go out there probably every other weekend. So I got a special place in my heart for that course.
Was that when you were in the military?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Did you have your clubs with you at all times?
Yeah, I mean, when I was off base, after that first year, you pretty much have all your things back with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I kept my clubs with me in Georgia. So
What about you were in Germany for a little bit too, right?
yeah,
Did you have
I
your clubs
did.
there?
I didn't get to bring my clubs, but I did. I got a weekend away, and I did get to rent a set. And I played at Ramstein. So I actually have the bag tag from
Oh, that's
Ramstein.
cool.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that the only time you played golf out of the country, or have you played golf in Mexico or something?
I also played in Guam. I actually played on their base course on the Air Force base.
Really?
So rented clubs for that too. Yeah, there was four of us out there. I had a Nike Sasquatch driver, the square driver. That's where I remember it vividly. That course wasn't like super well maintained, but it's fun going out in Guam because you're kind of always next to the
Yeah.
beach. So
How did you play with the rental clubs?
oh, terrible. I
Terrible.
mean, no, I hit the driver really well, but for me, my irons, you grow accustomed to your
You do.
irons.
You grow
Playing
accustomed to your clubs in general.
Yeah, playing different irons is not easy for me. So, the driver was okay because I'm not accurate with my driver
Yeah.
anyway. So
Hey,
it's hit or miss
you
for
are
me.
on the 7th through 12th hole.
7 through 12 are my primes. That's when I hit that perfect amount of lubricated and warmed up. And,
I'm
that's
trying to remember one of the trips that my family and I took. We always rented clubs. I don't know why my monitor's freaking out over here. We always rented clubs, and one of the vacations we were on, because my dad wanted us to play golf in different countries. So I played golf in Aruba, I played golf in Jamaica, I played golf in
that's
Mexico.
awesome.
I think I played golf in the Dominican Republic too. I'm trying to remember, but one of the places where we rented clubs, we had like top of the line clubs. They were like 10 years old, but they were top of the line clubs. So like we had the like 10-year-old Titleist T200 irons, which I actually play Titleist T200 irons, and then we had like Vokey wedges, and we had a Scotty Cameron putter. It was crazy. The only
I
thing
mean,
that
a
sucked
Scotty
though
Cameron in
was
a rental bag is just insane.
yeah. The only thing that sucked though was that the shafts were all flex shafts, and I play stiff shafts, so that was
Yeah,
really
that's tough
hard.
to play.
I want to say it was actually Aruba. I think it's when I played golf, and actually you commented on the Instagram photo when I played golf barefooted in like a pink. I was playing wearing like a Hawaiian, like a black and pink flower Hawaiian shirt
I'll
with
have to look back at that picture.
pink golf shorts, and I was playing barefoot.
I'm a big fan. I'm an advocate for barefoot golf. They say to watch out for the pesticides, but I kind of ignore that and
I
I
didn't
call it a
even think about
grounding
that.
experience. So I love some barefoot golf, especially on the range. That's just good time.
I played a little par three course at in Florida too. I don't really count it as playing a round of golf because every hole was like 80 yards, and it's actually a 10-hole par three course randomly. But I played there. I played that barefoot with Tasha's aunt and her aunt's friend and Tasha's brother. Actually, we had a little five some, but playing golf barefoot is a unique experience, especially if you hit the ball
I
in the
think
bunker.
everybody's got to try it.
It takes a new meaning to going to the beach when you hit the ball in the bunker barefoot.
Yeah. Sand in your toes.
It makes you feel a little happier when you're in the bunker.
Yeah,
Now we were talking about lubrication on the golf course here. What is
of
your
course.
favorite golf course drink?
All right, I'm gonna go two directions here. You can't beat a nice cold beer. I
That's
don't really
very
even
true.
care what kind it is,
IPA is
as long
normally
as
for
it's
you.
cold. Yeah, IPA. Yeah. Uh, I gotta say, if you're looking for a really just a round out with the boys, not worried about your score, start your day with a Cutwater espresso martini, and then roll that right into a cold two hearted.
That's what we did for we didn't we all golfed.
That
Were you at Calderon when we golfed at Calderon with everyone?
was that Toledo?
No, Calderon's the one over there in Jackson by Luke's old apartment. Like 15 minutes from Luke's old apartment.
I golfed there. I
Yeah,
think this was
yeah,
the
I think
same
you were
day.
there because we had Cutwaters. I think you brought them.
Yeah, yeah. I think I brought eight of them.
And then the starter was a veteran too. He was just talking
Yes,
to you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
He was commenting on the bag tag.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember, dude. I mean, I barely remember that, obviously, but yeah, the Cutwater breakfast is.
The espresso
That's-
martini Cutwaters.
Yeah.
This are
And
like
then I
9%.
I got one more too.
All right,
Yeah, 13.
they're they
Because
13.
yeah, my grandma loves a good fireball shot, so every time I take a fireball shot on the golf course, we have this picture of us cheersing, and so it's just that's
Is
a
that why
good
is there
place.
fireball shots at your wedding and I took one at 7 a.m.?
Yeah, yeah, that was for Graham.
That was crazy. Tasha's like, "Why are you taking a shot?" I'm like, "It's cold." I was warm for the next 20 minutes.
It helps, yeah.
Now moving on to the fantasy golf league. You're a member of the fantasy golf league. I'm actually not
What's
sure
your
where you're at in the
favorite? I
standings.
don't even know
My
your favorite. I
favorite?
got to know what to bring next time we're out.
Dude, I normally just drink beer on the course. I mean, I really only
Ice
drink
cold.
beer anyways, to be honest. I drink beer and
Yeah.
whiskey. That's really about it. Very rarely do I drink. I mean, I have the only reason I even had that twee a second ago was because we bought twees for Tasha's brothers because one of Tasha's brothers doesn't drink beer. And it's funny, he's like one of the most blue collar guys in the world too, but he doesn't drink beer.
My
So
brother doesn't drink beer. My brother's
really,
gluten free. Yeah.
really, Ryan or Eric?
Ryan.
Ryan,
Yeah. So he only drinks what are those, the good boy vodkas?
dude, those are really good though.
He
Actually,
likes those. That's his golf course
the
drink.
problem is I go get a good 12 pack of Good Boy vodka. So I'm paying $20. I can get 30 bushes for $20.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely a volume ratio you got to be
Oh,
aware
for
of.
sure. You get bushes. It's more bang for your buck. But I mean, generally, I only drink beer on the golf course for the most part. Obviously, you have the Cutwaters. I'll drink them. Corey, Luke, and I, before some of the Lutheran High or St. Matt's golf outings, have done mimosas or vodka or screwdrivers in the morning. I don't mind those. But I don't know. I don't really like drinking mixed drinks too much. Like I don't even really order cocktails anymore at restaurants. They're also so expensive, but I get a draft beer for $5. Why am I going to order a $15 cocktail?
Oh yeah.
And then
Do you ever bring a cooler, like a lunchbox cooler?
no,
Because
not
you can get
normally.
away with a lunchbox
Yeah, you
for
can.
like,
You
yeah.
can. Not normally because to be honest, most of the time when I'm golfing, I always forget, so I never remember to bring it. And a lot of times I only play 9 holes anyway, so you're gonna buy like 4 beers. I'm driving anyway, so I'm not. It's not like I'm gonna drink 15 beers, but
Yeah, seriously.
if I would drink bourbon on the golf course, that would be a little scary though.
So I had this friend that would bring a like a milk jug of orange juice and a bottle of champagne, and he would pour the whole bottle of champagne into the milk jug, and he'd walk around the course with that.
That's crazy. Did they just
Yeah,
tell people it's orange juice? No one cares.
yeah, it's orange juice. Yeah.
Why is it fizzing? It's just orange juice.
Just keep it
It's
closed.
got a lot of pulp in it. But to the fantasy golf league, you are one of the members of the fantasy golf league. Let me see where you're at in the standings. I know.
Oh, it's rough. It's rough right now. I'm not at the bottom.
Let's see. You are eighth overall. I'm 10th overall.
That's towards the
You are
bottom.
actually you and I and Neil are fighting for the last playoff spot. We're a little far from the playoffs, but we're in the same conference, the Tiger Woods conference. We're both fighting, or all three of us are fighting for that last playoff spot. Obviously, with this week being a major week, and there's still 4 more majors to play,
Mhm.
anything can really happen. But because you're only six points behind Paul in third place, and only 7 points behind first place. So it's and really you win this week, you could be in first place. Same for no, I couldn't be in first place. I could be second, but anything could really happen with it being so early. But we are it seems like a deadlock fight for that last playoff spot out of our conference. But what are your thoughts of the entire fantasy golf league so far?
It's fun, man. It's I've been investing in my team. I've been holding out. I drafted Bryson second round.
Yeah, you get them this week.
So I finally get to play him this week, and I have him for three more showings. So
Yep, he just won. I think he won back to back. I have it in my notes. I think he just won back to back. For anyone who's listening, doesn't get confused because you'll already have heard me talk about it. We're recording with Andy before I talk about everything else. But yeah, Bryson is back to back now wins on Live, so he'll be looking for his first Masters
he's looking
win. He
good, man.
competed
He's
well
been
last
kicking
year
Grant's
too.
butt too.
Yeah, he's been playing well. I don't know if people are a little concerned that he's a little too focused on YouTube, but
Yeah,
hey,
he's been at
yeah.
it.
I didn't add it on here, but one of the traditions at the Masters, actually, I'm sorry I didn't send you this question, but so you're gonna have to really off the top of the
I'll
dome here.
I'll
But
dive into the bank.
one of the things that Augusta, or the Masters in general, does is they have a champions dinner. I don't know if you've seen Rory's champions dinner,
Okay.
but what would your champions dinner be? Normally it's like an appetizer, an entree, a dessert. Rory has 4 appetizers. He has a starter, and then he has an entree and then a dessert, and then 5 $2,000 bottles of wine. But
Wow.
yeah,
Okay, so this is a three-course meal I gotta come
three
up
course.
with.
It could be a 5 course meal if you want it to be.
5-course meal. All right. Well, I'll hit you with something. I think we're gonna start this off with chips and queso around the table.
Okay, I like
You
chips and
know,
queso. I had chips and queso at
we'll
dinner today.
serve you a drink, chips and queso. We'll serve you the drink, and it's got to be white cheese queso,
Okay,
like the good stuff.
okay.
Yep. And I think after that we're gonna go into. We'll keep it kind
You said
of,
serve a drink. What's the
you
drink? What's the
know.
drink?
So that's a good question.
Cutwater.
I don't think we're gonna have wine with yeah, cut water. We'll do the margarita cut water. We'll spice it
There
up a
you
little
go with the queso.
bit. I think you just got to go Jack and Coke, man. I think maybe if someone likes the Jack and Gin,
Yeah.
just a nice, this is my dinner, so I'm gonna go middle of the barrel here for the whiskey choice. I'm not spending too much money on this. And then we'll go Coke and ginger ale for your dealer's choice. I'm actually more of a ginger ale guy myself.
With whiskey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you like tequila?
Not a fan.
If you okay, you need to try one time. Just try a Reposado tequila. Get Casamigos Reposado. Get a little shooter, and do it
Okay.
with I like Canada Dry ginger ale over Verner's just because I think Verner's is a little sweeter and more vanilla, and I think Canada Dry is just I don't know. It's I guess the best way to put it's like more bitter. I guess I like that more. But
Okay.
but
You would
try.
like the Reeds.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Oh, is
It
that the
is ginger
bar
ale.
one? That might be the bar one actually.
Yeah,
That's
it
yeah.
might
I
be.
have had that
It
then.
might be.
Yeah, I have had that. But try a Reposado tequila with ginger ale. It's like a twist on a tequila soda. I was into tequila sodas for a while, and then I found out you could do a ginger ale with a Reposado, and I was like, "Ooh, this is good." All right, but
Okay.
what's your entree?
Yeah. Okay. So entree, I'm gonna go. So my wife makes this. This is my favorite meal of all time. I tell her to make it once a week. It's a chicken salad with fruit, and it sounds a little weird, but
What
she
fruit?
so you get a combo. You get
Okay.
like cranberries in there.
Ooh,
You get
dried cranberries?
raspberries. No, am I thinking of pomegranates? I'm talking about pomegranate
Are they
seeds. That's
dried
what
or
I'm thinking
are
of.
they
Nope, they're
okay.
lubricated. They're wet, nice and moist for you. And so you get the pomegranate seeds, and then you get blueberries, raspberries. You can do strawberries if you want to, but I think those three, the pomegranates, blueberries, and raspberries, is the way to go. And then you take fried chicken, and you get your nice it's like arugula spring mix,
Hmm.
very fancy lettuce. And then you
Fancy
throw some,
lettuce.
yeah, yeah, and then you throw some feta cheese on there.
Ooh.
Yep. And you top it off with a balsamic dressing.
Ooh. That does sound good. I do like fruit in my salads. Tasha, my fiance, does not like fruit in her salads, which is really strange, but
You can put it on the side.
yeah. But and then what's your dessert?
Dessert. So it's hard to follow that combo because we've got a chicken salad, chips and queso. I think if I were to just tell you my favorite dessert, we'd go with like tiramisu maybe.
Tiramisu is a good one.
Yeah. Or maybe like oh, I'll give you a third grade curveball right here. You know those chocolate pudding cups with the Oreos and the worms in them?
Those are good. I thought you were gonna say the
Those
choco
are so,
tacos back in the day from the ice cream trucks.
those are so good.
Uh,
You can't beat one of those.
well, you better tell your wife when you win the Masters next year that. And so in 2 years, she has 2 years to prepare for a full Masters dinner with your salad.
Yeah, that's quite the dinner experience for everybody.
That'd be
But
crazy. Imagine that like someone won the Masters and they're like, actually, my wife's just cooking the food for everyone.
yeah. Go thank the chef in the back kitchen.
She's cooking for 50.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people attend those. I know Tiger's not there this year and Phil's not there this year. But
I mean, that's basically planning a wedding. That's
yeah, I mean that there probably is. Well, maybe there's all the members are there too. I think, or a lot of the members. But I mean, there's not too many Masters champions who are alive. I mean, there is,
I've-
but there's not that many. I guess.
yeah,
I mean,
I wouldn't know.
I don't know if you figured 40 years, but there's multiple winners too. So when people,
There's probably
there's probably 30, 25, 30, probably 30 winners there. I bet. That's probably
I'm doubling that.
60.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's winners there from? Well, I guess maybe because Jack's probably there, and Gary Player and stuff because they're still alive.
Jack
But
Nicklaus still alive?
yeah, dude, he's one of the honorary starters.
That's awesome. I
Arnold
didn't know that
Palmer died.
actually.
That's who you're thinking of.
Yeah,
He died
okay.
when we were in high school. We all got Arnold Palmer's at lunch.
Yeah, we did. I remember that now.
But besides that curveball there, I just threw at you. We gotta go into the to two questions I ask every guest. I hope you at least prepared for these a little bit.
Okay, I hope so too.
I know you like listening to music on the golf course, so you got to give me three great golf course songs right here.
Okay, all right. This is a tough question. So I'm gonna first one. I've played this for you before on the golf course. It gets me in a mood. You know exactly what
I
I'm.
know what
This
you're
was
saying.
part of our wedding song. This is Guava Jelly, and you gotta look this song up. I'm telling you, you're gonna hear it, and you're just gonna be happy.
Is it on
There's a.
Spotify?
It is on
Okay,
Spotify.
because I'll
There's
have to add it
another
to the
one
playlist.
that
Well, I
you
have to create the
play.
playlist still, but
Yeah, you play right after. So right after that, you play Cool Down, and I forget who it's. Maybe Kanakan Cocoon Kids. I forget their name, but um, yeah, it's got a blue album cover. Man, that song just takes you to the beach.
all right, now third
And when
song.
I'm golfing, I want to feel like I'm at the beach.
Well, you find the water enough, you'll feel like you're at the beach.
Yeah, yeah. I lose a lot of balls. And I golf barefoot, so that's.
You didn't golf barefoot in the golf outing though, did you last year?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. No,
Okay.
no, I wore shoes. I
You
wanted to
you played in
be.
Newton Highston with us, right? And Colin played
Yeah, I'm
with
hoping
St.
I'm
Mets.
playing
Yeah.
again. I'm hoping I'm playing again this year or next year, maybe.
And then last song.
Last song is Blue Notes by Meek Mill.
Okay.
Yep. That's
I actually have to go
actually,
back and listen to all these podcasts now and write these down because I have not done that yet.
yeah,
I
you got
said
to make this
I said
playlist.
that last podcast. Now
I'm
the
excited
summer's
about the
actually coming
playlist.
around. I see what this is probably the sixth podcast now, so there'll be 18 songs. I think this is the sixth one, so it'll be like 18 songs in there.
That's a good course playlist right now.
Yeah, we'll get you through a few holes.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
18.
you don't start with music when you're golfing.
Yeah,
You
that'll be
gotta
about
think.
an hour. It'll be about 4 holes.
Yeah, I think you don't play music till like the third hole anyway.
You think so? You don't start on the first hole.
You definitely don't start it on the first
What if you're
hole.
teeing off at like 12?
12 o'clock. I guess that's a different story. I'm thinking I'm listening to birds on the first hole. I want to hear them chirping at me. But
Stimulate the crowd noise.
yeah, exactly. But 12 o'clock, maybe you play music on the first hole.
I feel like we played music right away last time we golfed at Calderon with
Definitely
our.
not till after the first drive. I'll say that no matter what time it is.
All right, next time I golf with you, I'm turning music on right before your first tee shot. As soon as you address the ball, I'm turning it on.
I need an empty tee box, quiet noise, first drive of the day. Let me get my stretching in.
All right, so how about on your second drive on the first hole that you're gonna hit?
Yeah, what's the expression? The hats are off then. It's
All right, now the guest pick'em series. I also forgot to look back to see how Travis did, and I did the 3 weeks ago now. But you got to pick a winner, and
but
then different guys to finish in the top 10.
top 10. Okay.
Winner's worth 3 points. Anyone else in the top 10 is worth 1 point. I think last time I checked it, depending on how Travis and I did, I think I was down currently. But who do you
Ooh.
got?
I didn't know I was gonna be scored because first of all right. I got my bias towards Bryson, so Bryson's winning this.
Okay.
And then I think we're going. I mean, is it cliche to keep Scotty up in the top 10 every week? I don't think
I
so.
mean, he hasn't been playing the greatest lately, but I mean, he is definitely the
Still
best
top
golfer in the
10.
world still.
I think we're gonna go Xander,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna hit you with someone on my fantasy team that I've grown very fond of. He hasn't performed his greatest recently, but Max McGreevy,
Okay.
he's getting a top 10 finish this week.
Is he even playing?
Is he playing? I was just about to ask you.
I'd have to look. He might not be playing.
All right.
Let's
All
check.
right. Well, I doubt he's playing actually.
Let's see here. Tee times. Max. No, he's not playing.
Nothing.
No.
All right. I'll go to my first round draft pick. We'll go Ben Griffin.
All right. Is he playing?
He's playing for sure.
I actually have no clue. He is playing. It's so hard to keep track of who is in the qualifications and who's not because
It is.
I know like 100 golfers now too. So all right,
You
so
you're
you
you
had
have
Scotty in
impressed
there
me
now,
with keeping this thing up. Yeah, I got Scotty in there.
dude. It's been hard to keep it up. The last 2 weeks I've been giving you guys the scores Sunday, but
Tell me about it, dude. I set my lineup once a week, and I think I'm working overtime.
I got a good system going now. The scary part
Okay.
is though, some people text me their lineups like, dude, someone texted me their lineup Sunday night, and I never put it in right away, and I had to like go look back Wednesday night and like who texted me and who didn't. So I had to like backtrack and see who actually texted me their lineups and stuff.
Recognizing the work you've put in for this, I've started just putting mine into the Excel sheet.
Do you actually
Yeah, I do.
win?
Whenever I feel like setting my lineup,
Did you actually put it?
I
I've never
texted you like
noticed
2 weeks ago, but last week I didn't text you because I just put it in there.
Did you actually?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I'll have to look back. I think I docked you a point for not uh, sending me a lineup.
Go see if I set my lineup.
Well, I don't know because I just copy and pasted. So if you did it, I don't think you did because I didn't have the I didn't have these like you know how the weekly scores thing, it has all the people who are starting and I put the individual scores, and I didn't have that set up yet. I set it up like the day before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull this up.
Like I don't have it set up yet for the Masters.
Oh man, maybe I didn't set my lineup last week. It's empty, but I know. I'll tell you this. I filled out these 5 boxes on rows 13 through 17.
But see, the problem is too if you do that, I delete like if I you put it in there before I cleared it or started putting other ones in, I delete the whole thing and start over.
I need to just tell you I'm doing it then. I thought I was saving you a step by just filling out the Excel, and I've been
Now
screwing
you're
myself.
just hurting yourself.
Nice guys finish last, dude. That's the way that goes.
No, but I got a pretty good system now. I got it built out to where the hardest thing I realized was going to be the standings,
Yeah.
but I got it built out so well now to where so every time I do have to put the weekly scoring thing in every week. So all I have to do is copy. I just copy and paste an old one and then clear all the scores, and then
Nice.
from there I just have to. This is the hardest part. I have to on the yearly scoring. I have to make like your team score equal the team score on weekly, and your team points that you end up getting equal to the team points weekly. But from there, once it does that, it automatically auto calculates everything down on the bottom of the yearly scoring, and then throws it on over to the standings page. And at the bottom, it's all the calculated the standing page, and I just copy and paste it in. And it's
Have you
input the
automated
standings.
most of this already?
Most of it's pretty automated. I mean, other than like I have to manually input the scores and then manually pick the top three. But other than
Yeah.
that, I mean, there's probably a formula to do it where it automatically selects the top three. But sometimes I have words in there too. Like if someone doesn't play, it's a DNP, or someone gets cut,
Mm.
it's a C, or someone withdraws, it's a WD. Or if there's someone doesn't, if you have like a non-starter, you only start four. I just put an X in the box. So, and then I have to manually put in the like if I switch it to or someone if you have for two guys who make the cut, I normally move the the penalty score to a different spot, or I try to put the penalty score in a spot like where
You're a hardworking commissioner. I'm not
I'm
down you.
trying. I'm trying. I mean,
Who
like
you got this week?
who do I
You
got
got your
playing
top
this
three?
week or who
No,
do
no,
I
no,
got
no, no.
winning?
The winner and your
Yeah,
your
so
top 10.
I got you put Scotty in there, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So I got John Rahm winning.
you got him winning.
John Rahm winning. John Rahm's won the Masters before, and he's playing really, really well on LIV Golf. I follow this guy on TikTok. I can't remember his name, but he breaks down. He does it for golf sports betting, and he breaks. I think his name is like reading the green or something like that, and it's like because it's a
Okay.
golf betting thing, so green is in money, not just like the
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
greens.
yeah.
And
It's a nice name.
he has him as a top three. Or I think he has him second in his power rankings to win the Masters. But I mean, Rom has. Let's see, I have it written down here too. Yeah, Rom has finished second last week and live behind Bryson. It's his third time he's finished second on live, and he's also won. So he has four top two finishes in the live golf. I know the live golf fields aren't that great, but you're still competing with some pretty decent golfers like Thomas Dietrich just
How
left.
many live golf tournaments have? Because four top two finishes sounds pretty insane.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. How many have there been? I also got to see if we're running out of time on it. If we do run out of time on the Zoom, well, you'll also have to join back in because I only get 45
Okay.
minutes. But let's see here. I was just looking at it. Um, so there's been one. He finished second in the first one, second in the second tournament, won the third tournament. Wasn't in the top. They only shows their top three in this. This wasn't top three.
Mhm.
Fourth tournament, second in the fifth tournament. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's only been five tournaments. He's finished second or first in four of them. Let's see. Let's see if I can see the full leaderboard for this one. He didn't. Can I see the full leaderboard? No, I guess I can't. Maybe I can if I do this. Yeah, he finished fifth in the other one too. So he's top five in every week.
Top five every week.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a PGA event?
No, I have not actually. I want to. I've been to the Michigan Amateur.
Really?
Yeah, when Plum Hollow hosted the Michigan Amateur, me and
Is
my
that
brother were because it's a match play, so someone has to walk around with the who's leading. Me and my brother did that.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Plum House
Oh,
set
that's
it up
awesome.
really cool to where they were playing. They had some crazy tee boxes set up because they had to make the course a little longer, and it was pretty cool. I only did the semifinals day, but the semifinals day I was with some guy who played golf in Florida. He was really good. They signed golf balls for my brother and I too. I don't even know who played. I should try to figure that out. See if they ever did anything on the PGA Tour or anything. But
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to figure out.
yeah, but it was cool. I was supposed to go to the LIV tournament last year in Northville, but one of my friends hosted a family and friends golf tournament that I came third in out of like 25 people, so that's pretty cool. But
Who
I
hosted that? Was that Meadowbrook?
what?
The Live tournament in Northville?
It wasn't Meadowbrook. It was St. John's, the Cardinal.
St. John's.
Yeah. It's there again this year. I'm planning on going this year because actually I got tickets for Tasha and actually I got tickets. We got tickets for all of Tasha's brothers too. They pay us back, but because
Yeah.
the Imagine Dragons was one of the concerts, and Tasha really wanted to see Imagine Dragons,
Okay.
and we went. We were supposed to go to the. I was going to go to the golf and then go to the concert, and I was going to drag Tasha to the golf. But I ended up playing in that tournament, and I was trying to go to one or the other, but just the way the tee times worked, I couldn't make either actually. Then I've also been to a senior tour concert, but we didn't go to the golf tournament. There's a senior tour tournament, Champions Tour tournament in Grand Blanc every year, and we went to the concert portion when Thomas Rhett was there. We didn't go to the actual golf. I was looking to go to the actual golf, but I didn't know any of the seniors who were playing in it at that time. But John Daly plays in it sometimes. If John Daly plays in it this year, I want to go.
Yeah, that'd be cool. My dad keeps saying he's gonna play senior PGA golf. Bullshitter. Funny
The
guy.
only qualification is you have to be 50. Very good at golf. Actually,
Is that it?
yeah, you have to be 50. There is some guy who played on the Champions Tour but never played on the PGA Tour. I don't know who it was. I remember hearing that probably like 10 years ago that this guy made it to the Champions Tour but never played on the PGA Tour. So sorry, our Zoom time ran out because we've only been recording for 35 minutes. So I was probably because I was sitting in there for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it took
What
me a while. I was watching American Idol.
was it live or were you watching it?
No, it's comes down yesterday or what day is it of the week? Is it Tuesday? Comes on
No, yeah, today's
Mondays.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I think I only said my winner, who I said John Rahm, and we went through the
Yep.
entire thing of Live. And then for my top 10, I have Xander, like you do, actually.
Yep.
And then I have Tommy Fleetwood. That might be more of an emotional pick, though, because I really like Tommy. But love to see him. I would love to see him win the Masters. That'd be awesome. Honestly, probably emotionally, I'd like to see him or Bryson win, to be honest.
I would like that.
And then, actually, maybe I'd want this guy to win too. And then for my other top 10 pick, I have Bobby McIntyre, who just finished second last week. And so, coming off some momentum.
We watched your you and your fiance's episode, and you guys did Hot or Not. How come you didn't do that with me?
I could have done that. You should have said something.
Oh, I lost you.
I could have done that. You should have said something.
Yeah. I remember Tommy Fleetwood came up in there. Brianna and we watched it together actually before the wedding, and so yeah, that was pretty fun.
Did Brianna play along with it?
Yeah, she did.
Did she think Ricky was hot or not?
I don't know if she's gonna remember. I think I remember us having a very detailed conversation about it.
Yeah, I knew was trying to pick the more attractive golf. I should have threw some curveballs in there. I should have put Bobby McIntyre in there.
Should have put John Daly in there.
John Daly. She knows who John Daly is though, so I was trying to put people she didn't know.
Ah,
Could have put John Daly Jr.
yeah,
All right,
I
well,
thought that was funny.
that's all I got for you. By the way, it did make my day when you told me you listened to the podcast and we were recording. I was like,
Yeah.
let's go.
I think I've watched definitely two of the episodes. I've watched yours and Tasha's. I've watched Jack's episode. Who else was there?
Did you watch one with my golf teammates?
No, that's got to be the one I'll watch next.
That was a good one. That was like an hour and 10 minutes. This one's going to be about an hour and 10 minutes too, because we've been talking for about 35, and I probably have about 30. Maybe it'll be an hour. I probably have about 30 minutes of golf content to cover. That
Okay.
again, I'm recording this part first, so I haven't covered that yet. So I don't know how long it's going to be. But that's all I got for you. You got anything for me?
No, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you joining. We'll definitely get golfing this year. As
Yeah,
soon as it gets warm out. I heard it's supposed to be warm Thursday, but it's supposed to rain. So maybe this weekend will be warm.
let's hope so.
Yeah.
I'm going to back to North Carolina this weekend for another wedding. So
For another wedding?
yeah,
Is it the same spot?
not the same spot. That would have been pretty cool, but
Yeah.
no.
Who's getting married?
My buddy Mendez, he was at the wedding actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
If I met
he's
him, I
on
don't
my
remember. I was
one
also
of my
very
Air Force
drunk. So,
friends. Yeah, yeah, we all were. All right, man.
all right. Well, thanks for joining, Andy, and good seeing you, man.
Yeah, you too. God bless.
Bless.
See ya.